All right, welcome back, everyone. Good evening. This is going to be our second match of tonight for week 4, the 29th. It is going to be the 32nd IS versus the 34th. Sorry, it's the other way around. The 34th IS versus the 32nd IS. Um, I'm joined here. I'm joined here by my fellow casters here, who are.
Staff Sergeant Ridgeway, aka Tony Tallboy.
Sorry, the invade happened here as Crimrock will go for a flash and miss hook. That is a very ambitious start to the game.
And also, you have Staff Sergeant Robinson, but also I am looking at the stream. The screen is black.
Unfortunate. No worries, guys. Hardly any action has occurred. There may have been a flash hook from somewhere.
Kills everywhere.
A
You
flash
missed
dodge
everything.
from No.
All right, we're gonna restart the game. While we're restarting the game,
Let's get
How
introductions out the way.
exactly, Tony, take it away, please. With introducing
Over
30
on. Oh yeah, on the 34th we have Senior Airman. You're really gonna make me introduce the Volley Bear?
Yeah,
I'm gonna start having fever dreams about it. He's so good. Senior Airman Kenny, Presidium on Volley Bear. I'm terrified already. Senior Airman Peppers, aka Hoochu, on Kane, one of my personal favorites to watch. We have Staff Sergeant Sanderson, aka Kraken, on Ari. Senior Airman Smith is Smitty on Samira at ADC, and their support is Crimrock on Nautilus. On support, I already said that.
Yeah, so Crimrock, before we introductions, Crimrock is actually a emergency sub that they had to pull from outside the unit, outside of Fort Meade organization in general. That's why we don't have a real full name for him. So he's here just to give them enough members to continue with this match. So I'm glad they were able to find a 5th player for this. Anyway, on this side of the 32nd.
on the side of 32nd, I'm gonna take it off here. One of our casters here tonight, Senior Airman. I'm gonna butcher how to say your name. I did it last night too.
I heard.
Malala.
Oh,
got worse.
boy.
It
didn't
get
get
better.
better. It didn't get better.
Oh, I told
Want
you.
to try it again? You want
No,
to
I'm not.
Run
That is the Philadelphia Public School education, everybody. Just stay away.
I've never seen someone fail my name so badly. I'm not gonna lie.
He's gonna
But
be playing
continue.
Yoden. He's gonna be playing
Who's
Yoden.
the jungle here? I don't think I've seen this guy before.
Now, the jungle for tonight is going to be Staff Sergeant Robinson, Skippy Dingo on Zach the Goo Goblin, Menace of the Jungle here. Senior Airman Gerb is going to be Gerbs playing Victor in the mid lane. Staff Sergeant Nascimento, Z Nasty himself, going for that league MVP as Kaisa. And Tech Sergeant Odell filling in as support is Eternal Cries and playing Vel'Koz tonight. And hopefully y'all get to see the stream whenever it comes up here so you can see a great game get ready to happen.
Yeah. So we are facing some technical difficulties at the moment. So while we wait for everything to recover, I can't really say anything considering I was a part of this game. So I will remain unbiased and will not say anything in regards to that. But Tony Tallboy, since you were not a part of this game, what do you think about the drafts on both sides?
The drafts have disappeared, which is okay because I do have a list of champs here, and I am like when we look over at the 34th draft, we have Volley, we have Kane, we have Samira. I'm horrified. That is a fantastic draft. I mean, those are champs that I just always hate playing into. On the 32nd, though, it looks like the top laner went Yone, which I have nightmares about daily because I happened to play against this individual a while back, and I think it's the reason we're friends. Actually, is because you beat me so badly. If I remember correctly.
I don't know what you're talking about. This individual was certainly not a part of that game.
I'm just
I
saying,
am merely a caster here.
if if this top laner's Yone performance is anything like it was last night, I don't know if we're in for anything special tonight,
Okay,
guys.
okay. Look, the Yoni from last night may not have had the cleanest start, but he still did the most damage at the end of the game and ended on a positive note, which is all he could ask for. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chantamalamalashamalaikum.
Now you're just making it bad on purpose.
So I'm seeing a lot of I like talking about kind of damage distribution, AD versus AP. There's a lot of AP over on the 32nd side, and AP is very it's ability power for all you viewers. AP is it's very strong this season with those new items. Meanwhile, on the 34th side, not so. I mean, you do have your Ari, which has a lot of AP in her kit, but a lot of AD over there. So it's kind of a battle of damage spread, and it's going to be really interesting to see which side takes it.
Honestly, my team looked at our damage distribution and they said, "Oh yeah, Yone is here. We don't have to worry about it." So
I don't think that's true.
I distinctly remember being there for that conversation, and that's not how that went at all, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm gonna fact check that one. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go do a
um,
poll.
yeah, I think
no. That's all you need to know.
I believe Z Nasty is here in the chat with us. Z Nasty, can we get a fact check on this for us?
Can
please?
we not get this fact check? And can we? You know what? I think we might need to take a break for our technical difficulties. What do you guys think?
I don't know. Barely Copper is enjoying that it's a podcast style now stream.
Should we start a podcast?
I don't know. I don't think we should. That would
I
be.
think we should. I think we should start this podcast.
I mean, this is no longer the Fort Meade Cup. This is the Fort Meade podcast, League of Legends podcast. Awful. Well, how would you even abbreviate that? FMLOL P?
PC.
Please, no.
Oh, Zach, Z Nasty in the chat here, finally responding, paying attention. You know, we finally pulled him away from playing Pokemon here for 5 seconds. So Z Nasty, UV thinks that our conversation about our Thursday night game against the 34th was our team comp was, oh, he's playing Yone. That's all the AD we need. Oh,
He's playing WoW.
Playing WoW.
I'm saying like that's pretty much the idea behind it. You know, I wouldn't say that word for word personally.
I think he's just making stuff up. Z Nasty, can you confirm or deny this for me, please?
Look, all we can confirm is that we saw Yone was open and we picked it for me, and that's all that was to it. Yeah, basically. Look at that. See, he agrees.
You let me down, Zach.
Let's see. It can. All right. Update. Let's get an update onto the technical side of stuff. Still working on a fix at the moment. So as we relax here for our Saturday night, 41st versus 29th is coming up next. I personally have not seen the game, but the aftermath of that game, of our next match for tonight, has definitely has affected me, as the players from both teams have contacted me about, well, not contacted, but I've contacted them about it, and very, very funny reactions from both sides.
Did something special happen?
Something special may have
That's weird.
happened, and
not
it may
sure.
have led to the extreme offensive performance from the side of one of the teams last night, as they want to redeem themselves.
I don't care which side won. I want everyone to have fun, and I want to see a Tom Kench. So as long as those two things, as long as everyone had fun and I get to see a Tom Kench play, I'm happy.
You know what? That is fair, personally. All right, so it looks like stream is back up on display, but casters aren't able to see too much yet. So we'll be a little slower on our end.
Let's guess what's happening. I think Volibear is crushing it.
I I don't think anything has happened yet. Oh, so the game starts off with a Nautilus flashing onto to the Samira, who then flashes away herself. This is the talked about earlier.
Well,
Um,
there
now
we go.
now they're going to disengage, and we now finally have the game starting properly. Let's go. So we
Yeah,
already talked about the draft. We've already talked about like initial like banter from the champion picks on specifically 30 seconds side considering we played it. I think we just gotta wait for some action to happen.
I mean, their start, we did have the flash come out of Xenasty from the dredge line that was a million miles away, yet still forced out the flash. So I am quite impressed from that there.
Ward from Gerbs being put onto the blue side, blue buff for Kane. So 30-second now has vision on that, and they know that both junglers are going to be clearing against each other, away from each other rather than with each other. Hoochu going from a top to bot clear as Skippy Dingo goes from bot to top. Pretty strange from Kane, honestly, because Kane's usually like their red side clears to start the game. I'm surprised that he actually went for a reverse clear here, but it might have something to do with the fact that it's a Nautilus bot lane, and if he does land a hook onto either Vel'Koz or Kai'Sa here, it would be an extremely good pick since, well, tank on squishies. No, like I'm talking about, it does land the initial hook on Eternal Cries, but Smitty does not follow up on the hook for whatever reason, and he actually gets away relatively unpunished. The Yone versus Volibear matchup up here, it's Volibear favored, especially with the new build. And it really it's just a lane of Yone of getting bullied, honestly. Not too much you don't have to worry about that one up there, you know.
But the kind of speak to you talked about the Kane reverse clearing. Coming down, if he's going for blue form, it is going to be more imperative for him to get the early gank on the bot side. Just because it is a double range down there, meaning more blue orbs for him to hopefully get that blue form a lot quicker there.
That is a pretty good point. That is a very good point. Both junglers are going to finish their second buff here and play on the opposite side of the map. Good trade coming out from both Volley and Yone here. Yone slightly winning out. Sky Splitter coming out, and the Frenzied Maul is just healing him up. Ooh, looks like the Zac is going to come in with the Elastic Slingshot. They're going to... Oop, the camera pans down. Praxitum is going to flash away. Sky Splitter shield comes out. The knockup from Yone comes through, but the healing from Frenzy Maul is actually going to barely keep him alive there. Very close. Very close.
Yeah, if this Zac was a lot less of a bum and actually walked in more and then E'd, maybe could have secured the kill, but, you know, hindsight is 2020.
A little harsh. A little harsh.
Yeah, I think you're very tough on the jungler for whatever reason. I think you should give him a little bit of a break. He's trying his best out here.
look, sometimes best is not good enough.
All right. So Xenasty is now isolated bot lane as Vel'Koz does take the reset. Surprisingly, he doesn't move up towards Grubs yet, but there is still a little bit of time for that to spawn. It's been a pretty trending pattern that support comes up early for Grubs here. But it looks like both supports are going to opt to remain laning here. Void Rip does hit Smitty here. Dredge Line hits Eternal Cries, but Smitty is going to be running away with very low HP as the damage output from Vel'Koz is pretty extreme. Flash comes out from Smitty. Flash also comes out from Eternal Cries along with the Ignite, and they are going to get first blood onto the Samira here.
You know, we talked about the Nautilus hitting a hook and Samira engaging it earlier. Here, the Nautilus hook hits, pulls Vel'Koz closer to Samira, who was getting actively attacked by Kai'Sa. Ultimately, did not help Samira's case.
I think it's because they got, like, damage output onto the Samira before that started, and because of that, it just led to a very bad trade for him. Oh, so Praxitum is going to go for an aggressive trade, but Yone is going to barely escape it with Soul Unbound.
This Yone is doing some very aggressive tethers. Those are very interesting. I'm curious to see how that's going to work out later on in this lane.
So as a Yone player, you know, going into the mind of this Yone up top, the tethers are primarily to dodge the Sky Splitter, because Sky Splitter is the biggest form of damage from Volibear early on. Looks like Hoochu is going to hover Praxitum here, as they know the Zac likes to is basically sticking around to try to gank the Yone. but nothing quite comes out of this. He's going to look to hover around Void Grubs. He might actually aim for it here. Teleport comes out from the Victor mid, and he's going to be hovering around there. There's a lot of setup for Void Grubs here on the side of
Yeah, we have Kane on
30
the
second.
Grubs. We have Vel'Koz coming in.
Vel'Koz coming in, actually ganking Paxton here. Going to look. Oh, okay, Fate
What
Seal
a
from the Yone
great-
just straight to misses. What a fucking Fate on Seal, and Vel'Koz will finish it off with a simple auto. Hoochu managed to get 2 of the Void Grubs, but will have to walk away from the last one as Gerbs comes up and scares him off it, fights him off of it. Okay. So it looks like he is going to try to flash after him with the Chaos Storm. It's not quite enough to do it. Elastic Slingshot does miss Kraken here. Kraken is just slowly walking away. He managed to charm out Gerbs and dodges skill shots from Eternal Cries. There's a lot of damage output actually coming out here, but not quite enough to finish out Kraken. Oh my god, Eternal Cries is actually nasty with these skill shots right now. He is landing so much of it. Okay, Yone is going to walk out and try to fight Paxton here. Elastic Slingshot does come in. Eternal Cries is still in the area. He might actually go down again here. Soul Inbound does come out. Skippy Dingo does manage to CC him with the blue buff, but there is not enough damage to finish out Paxton. He will walk away. Man, Yone is not hitting his abilities right now. He misses Fate Unsealed top, and now he's soul bounded too early, so he couldn't even chase the Volibear. He could have just walked Volibear down with that soul unbound, but he gets pulled back there. Very, very poorly done by him, honestly.
Question mark pings on Yone aside. We see this thing in League a lot where like the trendy build comes up, and with Volley being in this game, it's like, oh yeah, he's a good champ, but if you play him wrong, inherent to the build, it's not going to go the way that the trend is. So the fact that he's being too aggressive too early without the support he needs, he's not going to build that lead to get that early unending despair, and it's going to set him behind.
Yeah, I think it's just the aggression from Volley is already known to be a natural lane bully, and I think he wants to continue with that. But it's very difficult because the 32nd has been doing a pretty good job on getting the Yone support with the ganks from the Zac, the ganks from the Vel'Koz roaming up. Been pretty well done by them so far. And now the Yone is just straight ahead of the Volibear here. I don't know about like him taking this fight, considering that Yone is level 7 while the Volibear is level 5. Fate Unsealed is up now. I'm surprised Yone isn't actually fully taking this. Bot lane, Vel'Koz and Xenasty looking for a dive here. Smitty does Wild Rush through the Kai'Sa. The Kai'Sa does exhaust and actually manages to kill him. He has to flash out, but Kraken comes in with Spirit Rush. Killer Instinct does come out to dodge the orb, doesn't get away. Eternal Cries actually solo fighting 1v2 on the side there. Managed to live. Yone and Volibear going to fight it out on top. Yubi hitting the Fate Unsealed this time properly. As Stormbringer comes out from Praxstump, but they're both going to walk away from each other. Flash comes out from Praxstump here. Yone will have to dash away as Skippy Dingo comes in. Flash bounces onto Paxton. Knockup comes from Yubi, and he is going to finish him off there. That was a very long exchange of combat there. And honestly, with how behind the Volibear was, it is surprising that that fight was as close as it was. I don't know, like, the buffs on Volibear was actually insane, that he was actually able to contest the kind of the level lead and the item lead from Yone there, but also might have something to do with the fact that this Yone can't hit his Qs for shit. So
oh yeah, it really took the Zac there, just coming in and just gooing up the Volibear, just saving
Grimrock is
Yone.
going to be caught out here on his own. He might need to flash over the wall. He does flash over the wall here, and Gerbs and Xenasty will not be Eternal Cries to Xenasty will not be able to finish it. Gerbs is still laning mid.
And there's a reason why the Goo Goblins live top lane this game, and I can tell you, that Yone needed all the help he could get.
This
That
Yone is trying his best out here, man.
Hey, be nice, and here's why. Because this is that support that we wanted last game against the Volibear, and we're getting it here. Like you
We
said,
are getting it here. That is
with
true.
The Zac, with
There's-
the Vel'Koz coming up.
We're seeing two sides of Volibear. One side from the previous game where he goes wild, and this side where he's getting bullied. And this is like one of the core weak. Oh, so Yone is actually going to start taking his full fight. Yubi coming in here with Q dashes. He knocks him up twice. The healing from Frenzy Ball is pretty extreme, but the damage output from Yubi is just too much, and he will solo kill Praxton here. That is the Executioner's at work there, cutting the healing from Volibear by a good amount and ensuring that he can actually take a long fight against him now rather than just making it as close as it was.
This Volibear did not realize the Executioner calling was on Yone, and that made him stick around in the fight for way too long, and now Yone can actually 1v1 against the Volibear, specifically.
Specifically, the Volibear.
When it comes to Kayn, I don't know. We'll see if the ganks come out, but
Eternal Cries is just bullying the bot lane right here. He does get hit by Dredgeline here. Wild Rush does come in. He's going to flash away here. The disintegration rate will come out. Actually disintegrate Smitty on the spot. He will go down as Skippy Dingo is a half a second too late to save him from Kremrock, and he will die. Flash comes out from Gerbs to dodge the charm here as Hoochu comes in to gank him out. The Spirit Rush does come out, and they are going to finish the kill onto Gerbs there. Pretty good charm dodge, but if he was able to flash like closer to turret, he might have gotten under in time to live. Very, very almost well played by them. Good gank from Hoochu and Kraken there.
now Kayn he did show mid obviously with that kill. You're gonna talk about this one right here.
It's just a trade pattern from Yone, to be honest.
There it is.
Standard
So we
trade
did see
pattern.
we saw Kayn mid, which means that once that bottom lane on the 34th side is gone, that does mean that Kaisa can sit bot
The
there.
last exchange shot comes out on Hoochu here. He's going to CCM. Let's Bounce comes in a little bit too late, doesn't actually hit anyone. UB off to the side, fighting out Kraken, and Praxituma on his own, trying to get some damage output. He is actually doing a lot of damage on his own. Charm does not manage to CCM as Soul Unbound pulls him back and makes him unstoppable, and he will zone away Ari and Volibear 1v2. Is looking into Gerbs here. Last shot does him. He's going to end up by the Void Rift, Fel'Gaz, and he might be able to get here. No, the geometry from Fel'Gaz does hit. Very well done. Eternal Cries has been on fire with his skill shots this game.
Look, this Fel'Gaz may not be that great at command, but he does know his geometry.
Oh, this Yone. Okay, so Kraken does not manage to catch UB recalling the bush there. Very, very close. I don't think Yone would have lived if he got discovered there with that angle. Alright. Looking at the state of the game, there's currently a 4k, almost 5k gold lead onto the side of 30 seconds. So it's not looking too hot in terms of for the 34th right now. But they do have objectives, a dragon over it. Okay, so the ulti does come out from the Nautilus as Killer Instinct also comes out. And Z Nasty actually does take down Smitty despite being the one engaged on here. Kraken does come in from behind. He dodges every single ability with just pure movement. But the Spirit Rush and almost actually not finishes him. He almost survived it, but the disintegration rate does finish him off as Eternal Christ comes in time for the backup and finishes off both Kremrock and Kraken on his own. Very good movement from Z Nasty. That was actually pretty cool, like how he was able to dodge a lot of that. And Eternal Cries is just absolutely playing with this Kayn right now, hitting him with all the skill shots possible, the Void Rifts, the Plasma Fissions, everything.
Man, Eternal Cries is literally out here playing Geometry Wars.
He really is. No favoritism here, you know. Even though we have 2 members in that team. Smile.
Who agreed to that?
So Dragon, the second Dragon in the game is going to go for 32nd. 34th isn't really going to contest it. Eternal Cries is incredibly out position here. He might actually go down here, not before they take down Smitty here on the side, as Skippy Dingo and Z Nasty will follow up and avenge him by taking out the enemy bot lane.
You know, what we're seeing here is honestly the 32nd just has fantastic team chemistry in terms of making every mistake is not necessarily a mistake because it baits in those over aggressive 34th players into taking fights that they just can't win. And so like there we had Eternal Cries getting caught out, and still the 32nd gets 2 kills in the 34th.
Yeah, that's not an outcome you would expect in a position like that. Hoochu actually looking to challenge Z Nasty again, but Z Nasty's movement is just absolutely nasty this game. So I don't know what they need to hit a freaking depth charge on him and then get a charm follow up in order to take this guy down. Kraken going to Spirit Rush onto Eternal Cries here, does miss the charm. Eternal Cries is walking it off, hits the Plasma Fission, slows him. The Storm is going to come out from Gerbs
That
to actually take down
flash.
Kraken. The flash doesn't get him over the wall. Hoochu does Umbral trap spots on the Gerbs. He's going to be chased down as Praxton is around the corner there. Stormbringer does come out, does not quite hit Gerbs, and he is going to get taken out by Thundering Smash and Depth Charge used on him. Z Nasty is going to join in with Killer Instinct, and Eternal Cries comes back with a disintegration rate. Damage output is coming out like crazy. Flash comes out from Z Nasty, chasing down the Praxton. He will go down there. And there it is again. Someone gets put out of position. 1 kill on the side of 34, 2 on the side of 32nd. It is the same trade pattern again.
Again, the mistakes just don't go answered on the side of the 34th. The 32nd keeps getting caught out.
Oh my god, he
Look
hits
at
the Eternal Christ hits the Plasma Vision there, actually follows it up, and takes down the Nautilus at, just barely with the angle there. He is 6-3 right now. Eternal Christ is having a great performance at the moment. He's usually often seen in jungle on the side of the 32nd, so it's kind of rare. It's pretty rare to see him in support, but his support is going real hot right now.
We really need to see the 34.
UB Soul Bound does dodge a Ari Charm, and he is still going in to take the fight here. Does get caught, take tower damage. Praxton is going to walk up here. Sky Splitter barely misses. UB does turn around, hit a Q, Soul Cleave. He might actually go down here. He does hit a Q knock up. No Fate Unsealed. He just dies. Man,
350 gold given away.
He still had Flash. He still had Fate Unsealed, but he just decided not to use any of it. I don't know what was going on through his mind there. Like
He just felt like giving the king gold. For
he
some
just
reason.
felt like giving the K gold. I don't know what he was doing there. Kind of trolling if you ask me.
Yeah, he was
Graves
like,
is actually walking up to Crimrock on his own and looking to get CC'd here as he does go down by Dredgeline Depth Charge. Inferno Trigger does come out for Smitty. He actually doesn't go down. He's still barely alive. Does make it out as Eternal Christ comes and backs him up and saves him with the Disintegration Ray and Void Rift. And Z Nasty will also follow in and finish off Crimrock.
And once again, the 30 seconds mistakes do not get punished. The 34th is just putting themselves in positions they shouldn't be in.
I honestly, they're in pretty. The positions aren't the worst. It's just that the outcome of the plays aren't ideal on a mechanical level, as movement and like the skill shots being dodged by 32nd is pretty on point. Like the Ari Charms aren't hitting, the Dredge lines like miss half the time. The Stormbringer doesn't land on anyone. Z Nasty's movements in particular have been absolutely insane. And Eternal Cries has been landing almost every skill shot in these engagements. It's kind of like one of those rare situations where the mechanical difference of being able to play the champion is really showing off, like their ability to escape from these bad situations they're in.
We see these 4 assists on Zach, who is also up on CS on Kane, which is very interesting to me. That's not what I would expect.
Nope, Crimrock does get picked out here as CC does lock him down. He's going to go down here. UB will continue split pushing top to Praxton. And the 32nd is going to prep themselves around the dragon area here.
yeah, no, the Zac probably would have.
Looks like Kraken is going to come up and try to go for this gank here. Soul Bound does come out to dodge the charm yet again. Fate Unsealed also comes out, but the healing for Praxton is really, really too much. UB trying to run away here. He does manage to dash away, and he flashes away. Hoochu looking for the soul kill, and Z Nasty Umbral Trespass does come out. The Killer Instinct comes in, and Z Nasty actually solos Hoochu as Blue Kane, and it didn't look too hot to him, but the Killer Instinct shield was absolutely massive and saved his life there, and he does finish that 1v1 favoring towards him. But he is very strong right now. Void Rift does come out on from Eternal Cries onto Smitty, and Disintegration Ray does not manage to finish him off. Does the Geometry hits here? No, it does. The Skippy Dingo out on the side here, looking to catch a Praxton. The Let's Bounce comes out, but the healing for Praxton's Frenzied Maul is going wild. He is gaining HP from this fight. Skippy Dingo still trying for this. He does get the Elastic Slingshot. Still trying to fight it out. Praxton is going to walk away with more HP than he started that with. That's kind of funny, honestly. Gerbs out here trying to scare away the Nautilus so he doesn't go for Skippy Dingo, and he will be able to disengage without losing his cell division.
The fact that Yone is still up top and not dead is baffling to me. How did he make it out of that? And also, I was curious, why is Volibear going in on this when he has no health? And I now see why this build is so meta right now.
It's the healing.
Fantastic.
He is 1-4, but he still survives that. It's crazy. The healing is wild.
I don't think the Goo Goblin was expecting that to happen when he went in there, especially blowing everything that he had to try and take out that Volibear prior to this dragon.
Yeah, it looks like 32nd is gathering around to get the dragon here. Void Rift does hit with the plasma fission onto Kraken. Saturation Great does come out. Killer Instinct from Z Nasty tries to go in, but Spirit Rush from Kraken does manage to get him away. Hoochu coming in to try and finish him off, but the damage output from Gerbs and Z Nasty is really, really high. They do actually take down Z Nasty here, and the other two will be able to barely make it out alive. Gravity Field does try to CC out Praxton as he flash. Thundering smashes him. Stormbringer does come in. He's going to hit the Frenzy Maw, heal up a lot of his HP. Okay, the second side player doesn't get through in time, but Gerbs might actually go down here from the damage output. Yep, okay, Smitty and Kraken will be able to CC down and take him out. Skippy Dingo and Yuvi actually joins into the fight with the Let's Bound Elastic Slingshot. The CC comes out. Fate Unsealed does as well. Yubi does manage to save Eternal Cries there, but Gerbs will still have to go down. It is a 2-for-3 trade. Honestly, one of the better trades for the Ducks this game. It's not the prettiest, but they did get some vital shutdowns from Gerbs and Z Nasty there, and it might give them the gold they need to try to hit back into the. It's still an 8k gold lead, but it's not a 10k gold lead, so.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
a lot of the gold difference actually comes from Z Nasty, as he is almost 5,000 ahead from his lane opponent, while Eternal Cries is 3,000 ahead as a support, primarily due to his amazing contributions in ganks and such. While Yubi is just chilling with a minor CS lead, couple of kills up, but also maintaining 3,000 gold lead. The carries are the reason why the lead is there. It is massive. Kraken is somewhat fed himself, but I don't know if he actually has the ability to carry this, as Ari is not very well known to dealing with tanky front lines such as Zac getting in the way.
They really need some more kills in the can of the Samira. They need to have those big, heavy hitters being more prevalent.
Oh my god, okay, damage output comes in as Eternal Cries triggers the Baron there and manages to chunk out Grimrock. The saturation rate did come out, but it wasn't quite enough. Praxton is going to get Gravity Field stunned on the turret as the storm comes out, and Gerbs will actually solo kill him right there. Meanwhile, Yubi in the bot lane just hitting the tier 3 in his own world right now. Being chilling, nothing absolutely going on. Grimrock is coming up to see if you can catch him here. Death Charge does come out. It does hit the Yone. He is going to Soul Unbound away. He pulls back, tries to go for Kraken there. Not enough damage output. There's 4 people on top of him, and they will take down Yubi as 32nd uses his death as an excuse to get Baron.
Yeah,
Yubi was a fantastic distraction. That is
I
a
think-
free Baron.
if I remember correctly, in comms, I believe Yubi did say, "My life for Baron," and we said bet, and so then we let him die, and didn't just feel like assisting.
Another fun fact by Yubi, who has too much of an ego to play this game properly, is he still had Flash and Fate Unsealed to escape from any of that.
But
And
if
yet
you
he
would've
dove
stayed-
in. He dove
He
into
dove-
3 people, Stippy. He
Yeah.
dove into 3 people.
If
Could
you
you imagine?
would have done that, then they would have all just come up the Baron and probably stolen it somehow. Because that Zac probably would have missed a smite, because that is what he is quite known for.
So the
in their
32nd
practice
is
games.
so the 32nd is thankful for the mechanical lack of prowess
Exactly.
on Yubi.
Very much so.
Look, no one said Yone was a hard champion. He's just a strong one.
As a former Yorick man, ow.
Oh, wow. Z Nasty's looking for the soul killing here as Killer Instinct comes out, and he does manage to take out Kraken very quickly. That's their carry. 34 carry, going down almost instantly to the Kaisa. That damage output is absolutely wild right now. Dredge Line does hit Gerbs here.
Taking fights
And
they shouldn't.
they are going to go down. That is not good for Ducks, because Kraken is their primary carry right now. He is the one with all the gold. He's the one with all the damage. He is doing what he can to hold this game together, but it's not looking too hot as Z Nasty is just leaps and bounds ahead in terms of farm. They're not able to actually prevent him from running over this game.
Yeah,
Not
that
only
Skippy
farms but
Dingo-
kills.
Man, that Praxium came in on that Skippy Dingo from behind, and just Skippy Dingo was just sitting there, charging up Elastic Slingshot, just eating it to the face. That was crazy. It was like
Kraken
Skippy
does
Dingo
Spirit Rush in, hits the Charmer to Z Nasty here. He's going to get away. Smitty does go in with the Wild Rush, does not be able to finish the Zac due to Cell Division. He's going to get together here. Depth Charge does come through. Skippy Dingo is managed to make it out with very low HP. Paxton is going to go in, Flash Thundering Smash onto Eternal Cry. Stormbringer does come out. Dredge Line hits Gerbs in the side there. Eternal Cries does go down. Hoochu comes in with the Umbo Trespass, and they are actually going to take down both. No, the shield from Archangels that does come in. He is still alive somehow, but he actually is going to go down still anyway without being able to take one down with him. Kraken getting the shutdown gold here. More gold than their carry, but this gold really needs to be divided up at this point because if Kraken goes down on his own, that is a massive part of their team down because Kraken is the only thing that's holding them together. It's a rough game for Ducks otherwise because at the moment Samira is not having the greatest performance. The Paxton got hard shut down to the consistent gangs top lane, and Hoochu isn't able to get that snowball quite off the bat as the squishies, the supposed squishies of 32nd, just have too much damage to prevent themselves from getting assassinated.
So here you see the red red ward down there. I forget what it's called all of a sudden. My brain does not want to remember. But did you see the tactical use of the red ward there to prevent them from actually coming all the way into the dragon pit, distract them while they took that, while 32nd did take that dragon.
I think now you're just stretching.
I think it was a bit of a wasteful pink ward, to be honest.
I don't know. I don't know. They totally
Honestly,
did not make fun of Skippy Dingo for that pink ward in chat.
It's a shame because I feel like he kind of deserved it. I don't think Yubi could have said it any better. I think we need to have this gold disperse more on the Ducks because the Samira being so far behind, the Kayn only being even with the Zac. I mean, actually, Kayn is now ahead of the Zac. I mean, we might just be at a part of the game where it's not possible for the Ducks to come back.
Yeah, I think
as long as the 32nd stays ahead.
the biggest issue is that the other damage dealers of the team are taking too long to get on. The Kayn is finally starting to get some items going around, but at this stage, even though he has the items to start doing his job, there's 3 inhibs down on the side of Ducks. There's not really anything he can do with, like, at the moment, considering that if he goes in at Kai'Sa, Killer Instinct comes out, and Kai'Sa would just 1v1 Hoochu right there on the spot, as he's been shown to do. Going in onto Yubi, it's like his best chance because this guy does nothing but like try to fight. He might have to like look for a play with Kraken here because Kraken is able to hit a lot of these charms and get these picks off. Depth Charge does come in. Yubi does finish off Smitty off to the side there. Skippy Dingo does get an Elastic Slingshot and let's bounce onto the backline. Kraken Slayer will barely make it out alive. Spirit Rush there, and it looks like it's going to just be the end. Only the Ahri is alive. TP comes out from Gerbs onto the Super Minion. I guess so that it tanks the tower shots and doesn't go down.
Yeah, probably. Let's go with that.
Let's go with that, and the game is over. GG on side 32nd. It was a very dominant game with a 15k gold lead towards their side. Tough game for the side of 34 Ducks. It was a pretty good start, and then it started going downhill relatively quickly.
Are we gonna pull anyone to interview from the 32nd? Maybe that top laner.
I think they don't deserve an interview, and we should, you know. But anyway, comments on that game. I think the champs of the 34th were definitely very good champs to play because they were very meta oriented. We got the Volibear with the current. He doesn't need it.
Let him in.
The Unending Despair from Volibear. I know Z Nasty's been dying to have an interview all season.
I got him an interview last night. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but and also considering the fact that like we already have 2 other members of the 32nd in here, I think we can forego the interview. You know what we can pull in here? We can pull in Eternal Cries because
we
honestly,
absolutely.
The Vel'Koz roams and the Vel'Koz skill shots, he was on point that game. So I don't know. What do we think here? Do we want to bring in do we want to bring in Z Nasty? Do we want to bring in Eternal Cries?
My philosophy is the more the merrier, and we know that bot lane absolutely shredded the Ducks.
Yeah, but Please no. All right, let's pull in Z Nasty. I can hear him begging.
Yeah, he's begging. This man wants it.
I could hear the audio through Twitch.
Brother, get in Discord right now so you get pulled in.
One can't know those no.
Why, bring them both in. Because why don't we bring our whole bot lane combo in? The synergy. Because they were on it together, honestly.
They were on it together, but then this interview would have 4 people in that game. So
Oh my god, oh my, it's an honor to be here, dude. I can't believe. Okay, I can't believe I got pulled. I just can't believe I got pulled out of everyone. You know, it was so random. How amazing.
Z Nasty, how was it having to carry the game considering the top laner and the jungler did
Yes.
absolutely nothing
Oh
for
gosh,
the
yeah.
team for the first half of the
Honestly,
game?
if I had one complaint to say about my team, something I can't stand, that top laner in, dude. Oh my, oh, he runs it down.
what do you think about him trying to take these consistent ego fights of 1v2ing and 1v4ing the enemy team, and just like at the end of the day, what does he do when he finds himself on the gray screen and you
Yeah,
guys have to watch him 1v4?
Yeah, let's keep this between all of us. Don't tell my team, right? But like, you know, that's just typical UB fashion. He's just running at them and dying, right? He can't help himself. You know, there's something wrong with that guy. You know what I mean? Like,
So that game, your movement was pretty on, especially that one play bot side where the
when I
Kraken,
died to Ari.
yeah, the Kraken did come
Absolutely.
down, tried for the charm, tried for the spirit, or they both missed you. This is just pure movement from you, and you're just trying to kite away. But the spirit rush and the Foxfire spirits with this on its own did enough damage to finish you off there. How your hands were on fire that game? What happened? Did you take some pre-workout going in or something?
Yeah,
Did
so
you
I
have
was,
scripts turned on? Like, what's going on?
I was loaded on Adderall, loaded on pre-workout. any type of advantage. No, dude. So I'm playing Kaisa, and she's like one of my favorite champs, right? Like I think she has to be like my highest. I know we disagree on the mastery, or not disagree. I know we both don't like the mastery thing, but I played her the most, so I feel the most comfortable whenever I'm on her, and I just like the E just does a lot for me, and I get to move around a lot and do whatever I want. So like, it's easier to avoid stuff like that. It wasn't even like I was kind of like focusing on like. I never think about what's actually coming. I just kind of move, so it just kind of happened. But no, yeah, that game, the suede shoes were on, dude. I was dodging everything.
Very nice, very nice.
Z Nasty, Tony Tallboy,
Sure.
Fort Meade aficionado, and
Sure,
a
absolutely.
huge fan of Mr. Z Nasty. Were there any points in that game where you felt challenged? Because it just kind of seemed from start to finish, you literally and figuratively floated through and were kind of dominating that bottom lane and anyone who came down to oppose you from other lanes.
So the unfortunate thing about ADC is you're not allowed to ever feel not challenged, right? Even if I'm, 13-3 at the end of the game, the entire time I always feel like someone is going to one-shot me. Like the 1-in-8 Volibear is going to just demolish my health bar, right? So no, I felt challenged the entire time, honest, like genuinely. Like I had to always be on my toes and make sure I'm exhausting the right time. I normally don't take exhaust, so I was a little shaky there. I missed it a couple times where I could have used it, but no, it was tough, dude. Honestly, like the scoreboard looks a lot better. The Vel'Koz carried me through basically like 20 minutes of the game, so.
I feel like the Vel'Koz carried the majority of the team.
I feel like
It's true,
Vel'Koz has
it's
some
true.
comments here, and we now have 4 members of the game
Oh,
here.
Topic of the
gosh,
Vel'Koz
what are the
being
odds?
here.
I only got 3 things to say. One, I really want to shout out Kraken. He's always been a solid mid laner. Last season when we played against him, he played Lissandra. He absolutely popped off. So I want to give him his flowers when he's due. I don't know if he got enough credit or not, but absolutely played very well for his team despite the circumstances. So I want to give him a shout out. Second, Z Nasty doesn't believe in Vel'Koz. I proved him wrong. All he does is a big mouth and a big ego. Sometimes he's got to be proven wrong and put in his place like the dog he is. And then
He's
third, I
so
also want
right.
to appreciate Corners being the top laner right now in the league, number 1 overall. So we'll see how that goes. All right, I'm out.
What the hell?
Oh, negatives. Oh my god,
Ladies and
you would-
gentlemen, Eternal Cries.
You would forget that he's on the 32nd.
And
What
Did he
is
shout out
happening?
anyone on his own team?
No, he only bullied me. What
he
is
shouted
happening?
himself out. He shouted
shouted
himself
himself
out
out.
before yeeting.
What's happening? I can't believe that.
but
I
no,
gave-
Kraken,
I
he
gave him his
put up a
credit,
really good
man.
game there.
It's all
Honestly.
good. It's all good.
Oh, that was funny.
Right? Any last comments before we head out and do our final match of the night?
Nepotism aside, that was a fantastic showing from the 32nd, and I can't wait for the next time I get my I hope a rematch with Mr. Skippy Dingo. I don't know if we have any on the schedule right now, but we're cooking some stuff up on the side, so stay
Oh.
tuned.
Dogfight round 2.
All right, everyone. That will be our second match of the night between 32nd versus 34th. We'll be taking a short break here. Make sure to stay hydrated and tune in with us soon.
All right, sick guys. Thanks for having me again.
Get out of
sure.
here.
Yes,
Get
sir.
out.
Sorry, sir.